Alright guys, welcome back to Zilla's Favorite Flicks, where I talk about some of my favorite movies. And for all of October, I'm going to be pretty much talking about my favorite horror movies. And, you know, pretty much anything to do with monsters, slashers, and all that good shit. So today, I'm going to be talking about a little-known monster movie. You've probably seen it on either Chiller or Sci-Fi, one of those two channels while you're backtracking around. Today, I'm going to be talking about Pumpkinhead. Now, Pumpkinhead is a little jewel in the gory diamond in the rough. It's a bloody diamond in the rough of gore and horror movies. Pumpkinhead is pretty much a Ghost Rider movie if it was done goddamn right. That is all you need to know about Pumpkinhead. It is what the Ghost Rider movies should have been. Dark, scary, gritty, and shit your pants terrifying sometimes, and with also pretty damn good effects. That's pretty much the best example I can give you, is that it should have been what the Ghost Rider movies should have been. Granted, the sequels are lacking, although I do get a lot of fun out of Pumpkinhead 3 and 4. Pumpkinhead 2, yeah, that one was kind of jumped the shark, really. But I would just say skip blood, before we go any further, if you want to know, there are 4 Pumpkinhead films in the franchise. There were 2 sequels, one in the 80s, then the sequel, I think, in the 90s somewhere, or late 80s. And then we had, and then for a couple years, didn't do anything, then Sci-Fi did one movie, then the third film, and then finally a 4th film the following year. So yeah, they did 2 movies back to back. But yeah, let's talk about Pumpkinhead, the original Pumpkinhead. Now, Pumpkinhead stars Lance Henriksen as a guy named Ed Harley who lives with his son out in the Ozarks, and there's a legend there of a creature called Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is a scary-ass demon who's like Ghost Rider. He's the demon of vengeance, whereas Ghost Rider is the spirit of vengeance. He's the demon of vengeance. And whoever calls out Pumpkinhead, they go to see a witch, and they want revenge. They summon Pumpkinhead through a blood oath, thanks to the witch's help, and Pumpkinhead will stop at nothing until that person's revenge is complete. And in return, the person who called out for revenge is sent to hell. They've sold their soul, really, and when they die, they go to hell. So that's really all you need to know for that part. And we fast forward to Ed Harley now with his son, because he was a kid when he first heard about all the legends and shit. We fast forward to his time, and he owns a shop in the Ozarks, and that's a pretty interesting place, because there are not a lot of horror movies set in the Ozarks, which is sad too, because the Ozarks are filled with all these kind of crazy ass legends of ghosts and demons and Bigfoot and Sasquatch. Weird-ass things out there in the Ozarks. So you'd think and don't get me wrong, there are movies out there about the Ozarks, but you never really hear about the Ozarks at all. You never hear, there are not a lot of movies set in the Ozarks. I mean, yeah, we had the only other movie I can think of that comes to mind is Pig Hunt. Not to be confused with never mind. So yeah, Ed Harley now owns a general store out in the Ozarks, and some kids stop by, some teenagers who are dirt biking. They're out backpacking in the Ozarks, and one guy says, "Hey, let's go dirt biking on that open field right there. There can't be anything that goes wrong there, right?" Well, unfortunately, there's an accident, and one of the bikers accidentally murder Ed Harley's son, who's completely despondent and wants revenge on the teenagers. So he goes out to find the witch and bonds his soul to Pumpkinhead. And Pumpkinhead from then on proceeds to horribly murder every single person everyone responsible. Every one of those teenagers are pretty much a fucking goner. And Ed didn't want this. He didn't realize how painful it was, because here's the thing. When Pumpkinhead is killing someone, when Pumpkinhead is brutally, horribly murdering a victim, the person who is bonded to Pumpkinhead feels Pumpkinhead's victim's pain. Like, there's this horrible scene where Pumpkinhead has got one of the girls, and he's just carving markings into her face before he eventually kills her. and from that, from that, Ed feels all that pain and suffering. So yeah, he tries to set out, oh no, I've made a horrible mistake, I let my vengeance get the better of me, I've got to go save these kids and find a way to stop Pumpkinhead. So he proceeds to head out, and this is where we eventually find out that the only way to stop Pumpkinhead is to kill the person that it is bonded with. It can only be wounded if it's wounded. They're connected, more or less. And that's kind of the movie in a nutshell. In no stretch of the imagination is Pumpkinhead a fantastic movie, but like I said, it's a beautiful little diamond in the rough. It has great special effects. The acting, Lance Henriksen's the only real actor you need to give a fuck about. The teenagers, fuck them. Teenagers, fuck them. But Lance Henriksen gives off an array of emotions of loving father to just rage-filled, rage-filled man just looking out for vengeance. And Pumpkinhead, like I said, is a beautiful design. It's a very cool-looking creature. Now, when you first think of Pumpkinhead, you're thinking, oh, it's some kind of guy in a black robe with a pumpkin-looking face, right? That's what Pumpkinhead is? No! Pumpkinhead is a scary-ass lizard demon who has a horrible sense of humor. And a very macabre one, might I add. So, yeah. Very fun. I absolutely love this series. I absolutely love the first movie. I think, again, it's a very underrated film. You can probably go find it on YouTube. Again, you can find it on... you can probably find it on Chiller. They rerun the shit out of Pumpkinhead 1 and 2. A lot. But you can probably find it online. More than likely, maybe here on YouTube somewhere, assuming it hasn't been taken down, but somewhere online. It's not a hard movie to find, so I highly recommend Pumpkinhead if you're looking for, a very unique kind of gory monster movie. Again, I feel like Pumpkinhead should be up there with the likes of Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, but he never got the recognition, sadly. He never got the recognition like the others did. So all in all, really good film.